You asked, I delivered. About a month ago, I did a poll, saying if Swing Wave was an event in Marble League 2023, I would do whatever punishment was voted for. The new tournament hasn't even started yet, and Swing Wave is already on the docket for the qualifiers. Yes, I know it says Legion March Wave, but it's Swing Wave. It's Swing Wave with more marbles in a vain attempt to make an unexciting event marginally more exciting. Thankfully, my viewers showed mercy on me, and all I have to do is upload my old Marble League 2020 recaps. Both of them are included in this video. These videos were my first introduction to editing, so there are a lot of flaws. Not only in production, the things I say in the video are also occasionally incorrect. See if you could spot my mistakes. I kept the recaps entirely unchanged, so you can experience them in all their cringe-inducing glory. Starting with the halfway point recap.
The Marble League. The only sport that follows social distancing guidelines, it has seen much growth on YouTube thanks to things like shoutouts on Joe Buck's Twitter, or the sponsorship from the Otter with the British accent. We're halfway through the tournament, so let's see how the teams look so far. You deserve to be called the Tide Pods. To be honest, I think I'm seeing deja vu. You're just as laughably bad again this year as you were last year. You did well in the qualifiers, so I was guessing you took the offseason to really train for 2020. Too bad that training was led by your former reserve member. And guess what? That coach you fired, he still owns the team. This new guy doesn't seem to be helping either. You're going through coaches faster than my dad goes through a bag of donuts. Definitively in 15th place. You're a stick in the mud. You'd probably do better in mud than in water anyways. Okay, so you're sitting in 5th or 6th, that's pretty good, and... oh. Ooh. That was 2019. They fell from 6th to 11th in 3 events. Their crazy cat's eyes have a knack for doing that. Thankfully, there's a 13-point gap between 3rd and 5th, and another 13-pointer between 5th and 6th. You need to seriously mess up in order to lose out on top 5. I suggest not even pushing it. I forgot your team existed. It's just, the only reason this team is popular is because the name is a euphemism. You have 4 13th place finishes out of 8 events, and looking at the standings, that's not gonna cut it. You have to cross 2 double-digit point gaps to make it back into the top 5. You might remain 10th for a long time unless your team steps up to the plate. The Ducks are in a purgatory. They've never been in this situation. Morale is at an all-time low because the only team they could consistently beat is Mellow Yellow. Mallard was one of the many competitors to underestimate this mound right here. He careened off of it and fell into a distant 3rd. Actually, that's pretty indicative of the season so far. You finished 1st in the qualifiers, finished the 2nd event in 16th, and you made your way up to 8th. That's pretty impressive. If there's any team to sneak their way into the top 5, it's the Speeders. Waspy appreciated the help when he fell off the conveyor belt, and wanted to help you out by blocking your path. Still, 7th isn't bad, and you're a couple of medals away from making your 4th podium appearance. Good news! A team has finally broken the host curse. It didn't look like it when you finished 15th in balancing, but with 3 5th place finishes in a row, you're staying pretty strongly in the top half. Just try not to fall below 10th. You're not likely to make it out again. But I've got high hopes for you, Galactic. Bring that medal home. Ugh, I'm still bitter about that photo finish, though. We're gonna do it this year. We're beating the Savage Speeders. Let's go! Get hyped! And then... What happened? No, seriously, I'm here to try and figure it out. Does your coach just not care anymore? Have you become too arrogant to train? Your fans have probably torn down the team posters that used to hang around your home city. It's time you get with the program, admit your mistakes, and start working towards next year, because this season is a complete and utter failure. Things need to change.
Read a book, people!
65 points in the first 3 events. That's the best 3-event total ever. Even better than the Savage Speeders' 59 points in 2019. And then only 34 points in the next 5 events. It's enough to keep you in it, but you're gonna need another medal. You took your retirement time to practice and perfect the events, and it shows. Step it up again, and you can get that well-deserved podium spot. Don't let up, Minties. This is another case of doing good in the qualifiers, but not in the main tournament. You seem to be on a steady decline, and it looks like more of a mistake than ever to do a complete overhaul of team members. Just look at the Minty Maniacs. They retired, and they look great. You could have recruited team members, retired, and taken an entire year to train. I'm really curious to see what happens next year. You're still among the league's elite. Coast off your loud bandwagon fans, get a few good finishes as well. You have the best reserve member in the league, although he did slip up a bit in the triathlon. Last year, you had 3 bottom half finishes, and you still won it all. You have 4 of those already, so get focused and close that gap. Hey, no limers to mess with you this year either. Whoa, what are you doing here? Get back in the basement. Whatever. 2 silver medals is impressive, but the rest of your season hasn't been great. You're only 7 points clear of 9th, and 9th place just won the gold. You're gonna need another silver for me to really be convinced, but congratulations on getting good again. Wisps, don't get overjoyed just yet. You're not in second because you did good in the last event, you're in second because the other teams did bad. You're giving Wispy ample time to rest for the mogul race, which is the right move. You just actually have to put him in. Capitalize on the cat's eyes and make mincemeat of the Minties. You finally gave your fans a reason to scream their favorite vowel. Only 3 finishes that weren't medals? Your fans are gonna lose their voices. I always thought the Speeders would be the first team to win 2 Marble League titles. But you're knocking it out of the ballpark. 17 points clear of the Wisps and Cat's Eyes, you've got no reason to worry. Onward to victory! Only 1 top half finish, and it was 7th. Technically, you're doing worse than Mellow Yellow, because they have a bronze. I can already see it happening. You finish in 14th, you fail to qualify for next year, you absolutely embarrass yourself in the B League. There's no happy ending. We feel pity on the Limers for being mediocre. We don't know you. We don't like you as much.
Congratulations!
Mad props to you, Hazers. It's not every day you see a 4th place comeback to get your first gold. You needed to get something going, and that needs to continue. Stop being that team that's good, but could be better. We don't want last year to look like a fluke, do we? But again, good job.
The second and final video is the Event 15 recap. Yes, you heard that correctly. Way back when I made these videos, my original idea was to do a recap after Event 8 and a recap after Event 15, to get people ready for the Marble League finale. Obviously, that comes with a huge time constraint, which is why I now make my second recap after the finale. I just wanted to clear that up. That's gonna be it from the modern voiceover madman, so let me know what you think about my old recaps. Anyways, enjoy.
In this world, nothing is certain. The most unexpected things catch everyone by surprise. Whether it's a record-breaking, unexpected success story, or a complete flop of a season, it will open doors to new opportunities and lock some away. But none of this is nearly as important as the biggest question of the summer. Where's Waldo? The Marble League. You may not think it's a sport, but you've gotta agree, it's entertaining. We're one event away from crowning a 2020 champion, so let's check on how the teams are doing. You had it. You really did. It was kind of unfortunate seeing that you couldn't finish in the top 3, even after a really good season. There's an area in the middle of the season where you didn't get a top 5 finish for 4 events, and a top contender can't really do that. You're about to pull another 2019, so you need to do better. Good luck. You'll need it. This is a case of the bottom half finishes. You have 8 of them. You never closed that gap enough. I do appreciate you using your reserve member for a bunch of events, and you looked legit until it fell apart at the end. At least you're the best team in the league at sprint events. Momo needs Mo silver medals. I was right when I said you'd fall to 9th. That looks like you're home right now. You have to get better at those sprint events. They always ruin your chances at finishing on the podium at the end of the season. That's if Momo can even get up onto the podium after that injury. Give it up, guys. It's too late. If you weren't rolling your team off a cliff for the first half of the season, you'd be a contender right now. One thing holds true. You're good, but still not good enough. Only 5 bottom half finishes, and you're still so consistently terrible at getting a medal that you're in 7th. 5th place in 6 events. 6! Turn a few of those into bronze medals, and you could have made a stellar run. But hey, finish in mediocrity again, I guess. I think somebody really wants to keep their job as head coach, because the run you put together to not finish in the basement again is actually pretty spectacular. Top half finishes in 1 of your first 8, then out of nowhere you do well in 5 of your last 7. Any season that involves your fans actually staying seated is an improvement. Wait. You know what? I think some of these teams have had a hard time this year. With the shocking things going on in the world around them, these poor guys must be feeling the pressure. So I'm gonna do the nice thing and collectively shame them into the ground. Just look at you buffoons. All of you, from 11th place to 16th place. None of you deserve to be in this league. Look at this gap between you guys and the real contenders. 26 points. You let the Tide Pods march up the standings and look like a real team. Technically, they're able to finish as high as 5th, while none of you can even tantalize finishing higher than 11th. Thunderbolts, take me up on my offer. Retire. Go into hiding. Don't come out until you've developed some synergy. It'll help your 7 fans realize that we're not in 2016 anymore. Ducks, stop letting teams get the best of you. A promising rookie season has all but fallen apart by year 2. Some hardcore training never hurt anyone. While you were still high off your past success, you failed to realize that you need to keep that success up. Bumblebees, Hornets. The battle of the winged stingers reaches an exciting conclusion. Which coach will get squashed against a windshield first after that terrible first-year showing? Balls of Chaos. I didn't know I would be right when I said your team would be overshadowed by your name. The fact that you were in the top 5 at one point is the most chaotic thing about your team to me. Just a heads up, high numbers are bad. And finally, Mellow Yellow. You were so close, so many times. 2016, second only to the Savage Speeders. 2017, stayed in 3rd for a while, with the Savage Speeders above you, just out of reach. 2018, all that chasing wore you out, and you finished in the basement. 2019, you did it. You finally tamed the beast that was the Savage Speeders. But you didn't finish on the podium. The top 3 teams were too far away from you, so while it was an internal victory, it didn't get publicized. You were so close, so many times. Look how close it is now. Now, let's look at the teams that still have a shot at this thing. Starting with... Not bad, you guys. Not bad at all. You need to finish with a gold or silver, and both of the top 2 ideally need to finish below 7th. I wonder what the final event is gonna... Oh, it's Marbula 1, you guys are screwed. Just, please don't put Waspy in. You had an 86% chance to win the whole thing. How did you blow a 35-point lead to the Speeders? Other teams would love to have that 2nd place spot, and you are going to be disappointed when you get it because you couldn't show some semblance of competence on the home stretch.
No one was talking about this team.
I was talking about this team. You can never count them out. Just like I predicted, they snuck into the top 5. Well, snuck might not be the right word because everyone's talking about them now. You are guaranteed a finish on the podium. Finish strong and continue your legacy. What a great season. You were my favorite team in the league by Event 3. Did the nerves get to you? It doesn't really matter. roll away from this season with your heads held high, because you have a record that is probably never going to get beaten. Best 3-event total ever. You made history, guys. It's not a matter of who will win their first Marble League title, but who will win their second. Sunday, August 17th at 3 p.m. Eastern is the final event, a 10-minute Marbula 1 marathon. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, reach for the stars.
I didn't notice this hooknidge. I is so loove thy jangle bimpers. I love seeing savage beavers win the spring every year. No torso removal!